I'm Mark Silverthorn. I hope you enjoyed this video. Today I'd like to talk about the different types of debt and why the distinctions are important. Not all debt is created equal. The most important distinction that people need to understand is between secured debt and unsecured debt. Secured debt, the best examples are a mortgage on a home or a lien when people finance a car. So if you don't make your mortgage payments, they'll take your house away. If you don't make your car payments, they'll take your car away. So on a secured debt, the creditor has some kind of collateral in the event of non-payment. In contrast, with unsecured debt, the creditor has no collateral. So everything that is not secured debt is unsecured debt. So I'll give you some examples of unsecured debt. Most credit cards, things like gym memberships, cell phone bills, internet bills, cable television bills. There are two ways that unsecured debt can be transformed into secured debt. If you don't pay your phone bill, your creditor could sue you and get a judgment against you and put a lien on your home. That particular example, that original unsecured debt, once your creditor puts a lien on your property, then it becomes a secured debt. Now there's one other way that unsecured debt can become secured debt. Now some people, when they refinance their homes, the creditor will extend them a large amount of credit, and they'll include perhaps a credit card and a line of credit as part of the loan, but it's secured on the property. So in that particular case, what's happened is the credit card and the personal loan become secured. Okay, the second important distinction that we need to understand is what debts are discharged or forgiven under Canada's bankruptcy laws. In Canada, the honest but unfortunate debtor is permitted to eliminate some of their debt using either a consumer proposal or personal bankruptcy, and they do that through a licensed insolvency trustee. It's important to understand that when a person does either a consumer proposal or personal bankruptcy, that they are only going to be able to eliminate some of their unsecured debt. When a person does a consumer proposal or personal bankruptcy, none of their secured debt is going to be eliminated. What debts are discharged or forgiven in a bankruptcy or a consumer proposal? Number one, so secured debts are not discharged. Spousal support or child support are not discharged. Government fines are not discharged. Debts arising from fraud are not discharged. And student loans are not discharged in circumstances where you have not ceased attending school for a minimum of 7 years. The third distinction, which it's important to understand, is that between a consumer debt and monies owing to the government. A consumer debt is a debt arising as a result of a consumer transaction, whereas a government debt, that's pretty self-explanatory. When it comes to consumer debts, an individual has a significant number of options in terms of how they could deal with that debt. For example, they could do a credit counseling. They could try and negotiate a settlement with their creditor. They could potentially do a consumer proposal or file for bankruptcy. In those circumstances where you have monies owing to the government, your options in terms of dealing with that debt are quite limited. Credit counseling is not an option if you owe monies to the government. It's very difficult to do a settlement if you owe monies to the government. As a practical matter, if you want to eliminate monies owing to the government, you're pretty well limited to either doing a consumer proposal or filing for personal bankruptcy. Hi, I'm Mark from Debt Coach Silverthorn, and we'd like to get your feedback in terms of what some of our future YouTube topics should be. Draw from your pain and your own experience and let us know. I mean, for example, how to stop collection calls or the top 10 tactics for protecting your assets and income from your creditors. But please let us know what kind of topics you would like us to cover in some of our upcoming YouTube videos. Thanks.